Hello, XR650R riders. Here at my bike shop today. Bicycles, not motorcycles. However, motorcycles have been known to appear here. Check this out. That's a motorcycle chewing stand sitting in front of an old-fashioned bicycle chewing stand. And then we have a modern day bicycle chewing stand. Anyway, we're not chewing wheels today or anything like that. For the last 2 months, I guess ever since I bought my XR650R, I've been working on the carburetor. It's been giving me a lot of problems. I caused some of the problems myself, but you know, it's a stock Keihin carburetor, and you know, I've had it apart 4 or 5 times. I've cleaned it. You know, I've adjusted the float level. I've got the manual. I mean, I went through the whole thing. I watched all different kinds of YouTube videos on how to do it. I mean, you know, that mixed with all the XR650R Facebook, you know, the XR50 Riders Facebook page group. You know, there's hundreds of people that put in their 50 cents worth of advice, and I appreciate all of the advice. You know, you begin to wonder who's knowledgeable, because there's advice all over the map on what to do. I definitely recognize a few guys that are very wise. They definitely know more than me, and it's really nice when you get a professional mechanic giving you tips on how to tweak these carburetors. But it, you know, it just seems to come a little too late. You find out the right way a little after. It's too late. For instance, today is too late for me to adjust the float height to 18 millimeters. The factory manual says to adjust the float height to 16 millimeters, which I did, and it ran like crap. And now everybody's telling me, yeah, well, the manual says that, but you're supposed to do it to 18, and that's the professional mechanics that are telling you to adjust it to 18. The manual says 16. What are you supposed to do? I'm an amateur. I don't know. To be a professional or a journeyman, you have to know that you know. They say the difference between a journeyman and an apprentice is that an apprentice will have an excuse why something's screwed up. A journeyman will have a reason. That pretty much sums it up. I'm an apprentice mechanic when it comes to carburetors. You know, I've worked with pros. I've got some pro training, but I don't have the experience to back me up when it comes to doing something right. I mean, to do something right like this, it's really technical. Yeah, it's simple, but it's highly technical because it's all got to work right. When you crack that freaking throttle, you know what it's supposed to sound like. It's not supposed to spit and sputter and backfire and cough and gag and puke. It's not supposed to do that. Man, it's supposed to freaking mean business. So anyway, I'm tired of the old carburetor. I'm tired of messing with it. I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with the carburetor. There's something wrong with me because I can't figure it out. And that's part of what bothers me. You get these guys on Facebook. Oh, mine runs, my stock Keihin carburetor runs great. There's nothing wrong with mine. Oh, you just don't know how to tune it right. Oh, you know, I'm like, I'm not even going to comment because you know how that goes. You get trolls climbing on and beating you over the head. And you already feel bad. I just want to freaking lay down and die. You know, really, all I want is the motorcycle to run good. I want it to run good. It doesn't have to. I'm not going in the Baja 1000. I'm not trying to win it. I just want to ride. So anyway, this is what I got in the mail today. We're going to turn this camera around now. This is the Mikuni carburetor. It's the TM40, 40 millimeters. 40 millimeters measured here, as opposed to here, whatever. This one's got the integral choke. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get my fingers down on that, you know, to open it up while the desert tank's covering it. There's your idle screw. There's your idle mixture screw down here. You got the throttle. Oh, by the way, Oh, come on. This came with brand new cables. They're standard length though, so I might not wind up using those. I might get those 2-inch extended ones. I think Motion Pro makes 2-inch extended cables. I've got the high-rise handlebars, and you know the stock cables they're already too short. So I think I might just sell these on eBay and get some new ones, the right size ones. Anyway, one of the big differences on the carburetor though, the fuel inlet is on the other side. This kit came with a new fuel hose. You know, that's about, I don't know, it's a good 12 inches long. So it's going to go from the right side of the tank where the petcock is, and it goes down and around, clear over to the other side of the carburetor. So it's actually on the choke side. And I'm sure that's probably already the right length fuel hose. And that's kind of cool too, because now I can see if I've got fuel. Well, my desert tank's clear too, but I don't know. That's pretty cool. What else? Let's flip it over. Take a look at this side. The big deal between Mikuni and the standard, the OEM stock Keihin brand, the Mikuni, it's got the slide instead of the round. I don't even know what you call those. You know what I'm talking about. The round slide compared to the flat slide. Now no, that's not what I'm talking about. The Mikuni has this. Can I work it? Yeah. That rod's hooked up to the throttle assembly, and the rod comes down. Right here you've got the accelerator pump. So when you mash down on the throttle, it squirts that much fuel, or you know, squirts it straight in from that brass little nozzle there, straight in. So you know you're not relying on 100% on the float bowl height. You're not relying on your idle adjustment or your RPM. You're not relying on all these other factors that affect your your revving of the engine. Your throttle response. When you crack that throttle open, you want response. You want it right now. You don't want any hesitation. You don't want any coughing, spitting, backfiring, none of that crap. You want to go now. You know what I mean. So anyway, I haven't installed this, obviously. I'm still just crossing my fingers that it works. And you know, I'm a mechanic, but I'm not a professional motorcycle mechanic. So I think a lot of you that do a lot of your own wrench, and if you're an amateur like me, you know the feeling when you finally get it together and it runs. It's like miracle. As opposed to wanting to crawl up and die. You want to roll up on the. You want to just freaking blow your brains out because you can't figure it out. Yeah. Anyway, this was $419. Look that up online. You know, it's the TM40 carb. It's the body choke. It's from Niche Cycle Supply in Florida. The big difference between, okay, I paid $419 for this carburetor, and there's another one available for $425. Now, I'm a cheapskate, and of course I took the cheaper one, not knowing that the difference is the choke. You pay $5 more and you get the extended choke, and that comes with a cable, and you can mount it externally. It comes with a bracket. You can mount it externally, and you don't have to be reaching up underneath the tank, hopefully, to actuate it. Hopefully you can just, you know, grab a hold of it out here and make it work. So anyway, I called these guys. I called them, and the guy told me they do sell them, but they're $35 plus shipping. So it's going to, you know, that's a $50 mistake on my part. I could have paid $5 and got the extended version, but I didn't. I saved $5 and it's costing me $50 if I need to go back to that version. So anyhow, I guess my plan from here is to go ahead and install this, and if everything works right, it should run good and I'll be happy. But you know, I'm not going to quit here. I'm going to go ahead and get a carb kit for that Keihin, and I'm gonna continue working on it. And every once in a while, I'll rebuild it and I'm gonna get it running good. When I do, I'm gonna sell it on eBay for, you know, 200 bucks or whatever. When I know it runs good, I'm not gonna sell somebody else a pile of junk. Like I bought from the guy in Kashmir. You know who you are. My fault. I paid top dollar, not knowing what I'm doing. I always pay top dollar for a piece of crap. Needs everything. That's how I roll. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was informative. Thanks a lot. Adios.